You see, we need to understand that all these arrangements, all these things which Patanjali is discussing here are for the benefit of practitioners of yoga, and these things are being told to aid the practitioner in achieving the state of sampragyat or asampragyat samadhi as quickly as possible. So if we go back and look at those sutras where he said Abhyas Vairagya Abhyam Tan Nirodha, which means by practice and attitude of dispassion, Vairagya, you progress in this path, you succeed in Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So yoga is truly Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That means the mind should come to a halt. What we think about. Mostly we think that yoga is this. But let me tell you, yoga is not only this. Because we are missing the preparatory side of it. The preparations are not being completely heard, that means. Vairagya, he says. And then he says, how to achieve? He says, Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, and Prajna. For whom? For Abhyasa Pratyaya yogis. For the Samadhi, which is achieved by people who have not done enough yoga earlier. You see, if you have done enough yoga in your previous lifetimes, you will be born as Bhava Pratyaya. Correct? You will be born with sanskaras of Sampragyat Samadhi because you missed it last time. Sampragyat Samadhi, which is lower Samadhi. And how it is achieved? By practice of Apara Vairagya, which means the lower quality of Vairagya. And what is that lower quality of Vairagya? That Vairagya is known as Vashikara Vairagya. Vashikara Vairagya, which means you take control. You have to put efforts in creating Vairagya. You're not having it. So, Patanjali says that Chitta Vritti Nirodha, which means stilling the mind, is possible by Abhyasa and Vairagya. Abhyasa is something which is to be done separately. Vairagya is something which needs to be practiced separately. There are two Abhyasas. People don't understand that. Abhyasa of Vairagya, that is one. That's something which you have to take up in your life. Abhyasa of Vairagya, the practice of dispassion. Practice of dispassion is affected or is ignited. How the dispassion is ignited? By knowing the truth of things which we see, experience, and feel. Knowing our own dynamics, looking and observing our own experiences. What is our experience in this world? Our experience in this world is that howsoever and how so many times we experience something which interests us, it never generates a state of satiation which can last. Okay, that's one. So that means desiring and achieving and enjoying is not the way. To reach the state where you can be free of this desire, this burning thing in your heart, this burning sensation, this flame. This flame is continuously burning. So whenever and wherever we engage in things, in events, with the objects, the people of our liking, we are creating dukkha. If we look deeper, then we'll understand that. Dukkha means we are creating suffering. What is the suffering? Look deeply and then you'll understand. Up to 25 years of age, if you tell someone that this life has no sukha, will he accept it? Not really, because he is not the one who has already practiced dispassion and also indulged in some of the spiritual practices. Let's say Patanjali is talking of yoga here, so maybe he is referring to yogis who were hell-bent on experiencing the state of samadhi. And therefore they practiced it earlier. So you would not notice it. You would not notice that there is this continuous current of suffering. Look at your own life, sum total. So far you have lived probably up to your full capacities, full energy. You have put in everything. Now sum total of your life so far. Summarize it. How much percent sukha and how much is the percentage of dukkha? Just summarize it. And then when I will ask, where from you got dukkha? Where from you generated these sufferings? These sufferings were created out of our engagement or our endeavor of engagement with the things which we loved or hated. Right or not? Which we liked or disliked. Even things which we loved and liked. Loved is the not the correct word. Liked, wanted to enjoy, wanted to possess, wanted to do bhoga. Those things, when they come to us and when we indulge in that kind of bhoga, enjoyment, at the end it creates suffering. Up to 25 years of age, as I said, if this thing was told to you, you would not have agreed. But by the time you come to 40s and approach 50s, you're very sure. Life is not having as much pleasure or joy as I expected. Correct? And by the time you will reach 70, you would fully agree with Patanjali. But will you be waiting for that age of 70 when you don't have any energy left to take up any practice or change the course of your life? Only intelligently we can, if we start looking at things, we will be able to understand it. Why now? Why not say, "Theek hai na, this is okay, I will do bhoga now, I will do yoga later." Only by understanding the whole dynamics of life. If you look at that, and that is why Patanjali says in the Pramana section, when he defines the vrittis of mind, there are two types of pramanas, which are perceived directly or we are inferring to something, which is called Anumana Pramana. Look at your life so far and then inference out what it will be after 20 years. Will it be more sukha, more contentment, more joy? Cloud 9. I think you were in cloud 9 when you were 21. By the time you reach 42, 21 years later, you understand where you are. Correct? And the reasons are, you might think that I did not take proper decisions, right kind of things, I chose wrong people, this, that. Thousands of reasons you may give. But I can tell you, even those who, in your opinion, have taken right kind of decisions in life, chosen right kind of partners for them, chosen right kind of professions for them, chosen right kind of country to settle in, everything, they're also suffering. Only look at them, then you'll realize that this is not the excuse. This cannot be a reason. Whatever choices, whatever choices I would have made, life would remain to be full of suffering, but little bit here and there, some happiness, some joy, some contentment for moments, right? Life is this. You see, look at your chase for a house, let's say. You think that when I'll have my own house, I'll be happy. You think like that. You project, you imagine. Then you sacrifice 20 years to attain that moment. When the house comes, you finally own a house, and then you enter that home for the first time. Within half an hour, you'll start looking at this wall is probably at the wrong place. Could we shift it somewhere else? The window is not at the right place. Suffering started. Even then, after investing 20 years of your life, what? At the end you got? Suffering. And how long your joy was lived? Few minutes, I can tell you. Maybe few moments. Because the moment you entered and moment you owned that house and say, okay, where is the parking? What is the security thing? And so many things will haunt you. What is the tax? What is the maintenance charges? Who's the neighbor? Oh no, oh my God, what kind of neighbor? Suffering. The life is a suffering. You can't get rid of it. And that is why we'll have to take Shabda Praman. That means the words of masters on the face value. This is what it is. And we can also infer that result if we look deeply. That is what. Okay. So once that is known to you, that in this way, if I continue to live, and in this way, if I keep engaging in wish fulfillment spree, it doesn't lead to contentment. It doesn't actually give me joy, which I expect. If that is your understanding, then you can enroll yourself in the yoga, Patanjali yoga. Otherwise not. If you still think that life can be, if I make better choices, choose better people, choose better location to live, choose better job, choose better packages, so many things. If I change and life will be better, life will be free of suffering, try that, then come back. If you don't want to try, then infer in a right way, keeping everything in front of you, all the pramanas, all the proofs available, all the knowledge available, which you have experienced directly and which you have come to know through indirect means, like someone else experiencing it, because you can always correlate your own life with the others also, right? So once you have reached there, you'll enroll yourself in yoga and you'll say, Patanjali will tell you that the way in which you can get joy, which nobody can take away from you, is by taming your mind, curtailing on desires, reducing your engagement with the world, and disowning those things which you thought they were your own. And also learn more and more of what is said about this whole bhava, means this world, by the masters. Correct? When we'll go to Yama Niyama, we will see that Swadhyaya is also one of the part of the yoga. What is that? Two meanings. One, we need to study ourselves, and one, we need to study scriptures. That a yogi has to do. Understand? Later on, Patanjali will describe, elaborate. So he said that if we have been someone who has done enough sadhana, and suppose we have arrived at a place which is called Sampragyat Samadhi, which is lower Samadhi, where we know the nature of our being, which means soul, jiva, we know that. We come to know that. In what? In the highest phase of Sampragya Samadhi, which is known as Asmita Samadhi. When you enter in yoga and suppose you succeeded in creating good amount of practice in your life and cultivated lot of vairagya, and you were able to still your mind perfectly at the time of meditation, dhyan, whatever you do, and you could enter samadhi, then there are 4 stages in that samadhi, which is termed as vitarka, 1. Second, vichara. Third, anand. Fourth, asmita. And the last stage of that sampragyat samadhi, you truly know who you are as a jiva, the conscious being, which is unaffected by this drama which is played around. Nothing touches. You can see there are 2 witnesses. One is here, which is called jiva in this philosophy, the soul, the atman, the purusha, and there is one special purusha, special atman, which is termed as paramatman or Ishwara. Okay, that is also witnessing. We are also just witness. We are also conscious being, just like that, Ishvara, and we are just witnessing. And further, it is said that vairagya has to be practiced, but this lower vairagya, where we say drishtanushravik vishaya vitrushnasya vashikara sanya vairagyam, which is literally gets translated into this: whatever we have experienced so far and whatever we have heard of, because whatever we have done also creates desire to repeat that. We have that urge to repeat that bhoga, to get attracted to that kind of experience again and again. Suppose you had a very good meal at a restaurant, then sit, wow, maja aa gaya. Maja aa gaya, forever. After 10 days, you'll say, why don't we go there again? This is vritti. You will be never satiated. Rather, you will suffer. You say, but where is the suffering in it? Suffering is, suppose you go there and the quality of food or the texture of your tongue changes. Suppose in your next visit, you are on metronidazole. Then the food will not be tasty for you, right? And then you will start complaining, the food is not good. The same place which you thought would serve you good food, either it misses the mark, then that too also becomes suffering. And suppose you wish to go to that place and you are held by some reasons, then again it is a suffering. It remains a suffering. Enjoyment of that much time only, while you're devouring on food. Otherwise, it is suffering. All other times it is suffering. Because when you don't get that food, you suffer. Any other place you go, you say, but the food is not like that, you see. That restaurant. Suffering continues. That thing which you thought is the best for you has become the source for suffering. Because now the other restaurants, whenever you go and take the food, you say, it's not like it. That means you spoiled your whole culinary arrangement around you, is it not? So look at your life and you'll see that by bhoga, we create momentary joy, but later it becomes suffering. Primarily it is suffering. Little bit of joy is, little bit of ananda, or little bit of what you can say, pleasure is there. Look at your own relationships, you'll understand. But does that mean you have withdrawn from them? No. You still engage in the same rut. If this has not worked for me, maybe a better person, a better environment, a better place would help me enjoy more. The same category you will start searching here and there. That is vritti. And that vritti has to be curtailed, that vritti has to be done away with by what? By true knowledge. You have to see what it is, like going there and eating food and appreciating. But other times when I'm not going there, this experience is creating suffering for me. It is creating suffering, more suffering, less pleasure. Then only you will be able to cultivate vairagya. Vairagya is culmination of viveka. Vivek means discrimination. When you apply yourself correctly, look at things correctly, then vivek, discrimination arises. Right? When you use your discrimination, then only vairagya can happen. Vairagya happens. Okay. Now you enter into samadhi. Samadhi will be given in 4 layers, 4 steps you'll go. But I just summarized it in one line that you got vairagya. Really? You got vairagya and at the time of meditation you were free of all the vrittis and thoughts? No. Can't happen. Why it is not happening? Because the vairagya is not perfect. Please remember, there are 2 types of sadhanas continuously going on. One is abhyasa, which is done for, yesterday also I was speaking about it, that you have to do your sadhana 15 hours a day, 17 hours a day. What is it? Living life with discrimination, with vairagya. When you live your life these 17 hours each day with vairagya, then only at the time of that 1 hour in which you will sit for meditation, you will be able to carry on, continue with that kind of attitude. Or else, at the time of meditation, everything will start, every vritti in the mind will become a problem for you. You cannot reach the state of samadhi. Understand? Vashikar. You have to take charge. You have to take control of these vrittis, which we say. What all we need to do? In this, we have to do a lot of things. Patanjali defines all that. He says that for those who have not done enough practice, they will be experiencing abhyasa pratyaya samadhi, and that abhyasa pratyaya asampragyat samadhi will happen by traversing the path where it is shraddha, virya, smriti, samadhi. And then you will reach sampragyat samadhi. Okay? Shraddha, virya, smriti. These are the things, all abhyas pratyaya, those who are not yogi by default from their life, from lifetimes, like people like us, they will have to apply these steps, Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, and then they will arrive at Samadhi, which is known as Sampragyat Samadhi. After they perfect this, they will be able to move to Asampragyat Samadhi. So earlier he said only 2 things, Abhyas Vairagya Abhyam Tan Nirodha. Now what is Abhyasa? Now it is elaborated here. Abhyas is off. Abhyas Vairagya Abhyam Tan Nirodha. Nirodha, state of stillness of mind which is possible to give you the experience of Asampragyat Samadhi, which is highest Samadhi, is possible by Abhyas Vairagya. He said, okay, Abhyas Vairagya is fine. But what is Abhyas? Abhyas is of Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, and Samadhi. This is your Abhyas. Vairagya part is continuous application of these factors. If you don't apply these, you will not be able to achieve that even lower Samadhi. What is Shraddha? That we have already discussed probably. Faith, 100% faith. You need to believe in. Believe in what? Now people say I believe in myself, and motivators will come and believe in yourself. No. Yoga system will believe in the words of masters. Believe in the Apta Vachan. Whatever they say, you have to believe. Nothing else. And you need to believe this not with a very, very, in a low state of mind, feeling depressed. Kya kare, majburi hai. I need to follow these dadi walas, pagdi walas. Patanjali, Kapil, Gautam, I don't know when they came on this planet and created this system for us. They say don't enjoy this life at all. Because I have taken up yoga, so I'll have to follow them. Because teachers tell us that unless you follow Shabda Pramana, you will not be able to reach there. So I'm taking it up. Not this way. Shraddha, if done correctly, will create a virya, which means utsaha. This word virya here means utsaha. Utsaha means enthusiasm, energy, passion. If you have Shraddha, then only you will be a kind of person who is called go-getter, full of raring to go, all the time full of energy. If the words of teachers have not been able to penetrate and seep within, we will never know what are the gains, what are so-called advantages, what are so-called benefits of this samadhi. For that, you'll have to know what is samadhi. What is samadhi? What are you going to get in samadhi? What is your ultimate achievement in the state of samadhi? That you must be not only told, but you should also understand. And unless you create an interest in that, you cannot follow Shraddha. Because Shraddha is about the words which are actually describing the purpose of this whole discipline. This you must do. And with Shraddha, with faith, I accept. But for what? For Samadhi. Samadhi, a weird thing. I really don't know what is going to happen in Samadhi. Maybe I'll forget everything. And when I come back, I'll just, put a robe and walk out of my home. Probably that. Is that the imagery which you carry in your mind? That when Samadhi will happen, this will happen? What will happen? Lot many things are already told here. You need to go back and find out what all you're going to get. But one thing I must tell you, end of suffering. You will no more have any suffering in this world. Okay. That is what you get even when you achieve this lowest samadhi, which is known as Vitarka Samadhi. End of suffering. See, from the perspective of a particle scientist, this whole world is the dance of three basic particles. There are no human beings, there are no plants, there are no other creatures, there are no planets, there are nothing of these sorts. Only three particles dancing. Suppose you get that kind of vision, will you still be having any problem in creating this vairagya for you, dispassion in your life? No, because then only having that vision will tell you that there is no difference in the gold and a piece of stone. Then only. Understood? There is no difference between this so-called perceived beautiful person and so-called ugly man. There is no difference between a hut and a mansion. No difference. Three particles dancing. There is no difference between this one and that one. This arrangement of electron, proton, neutrons and that arrangement of electron, protons and neutrons. Can I call electron, protons, and neutrons mine? No. They interchange. You see, the dance is going on means what? No particle is stable in its place. So if I start calling this bunch of electron, proton, neutron as my son, my daughter, this gets out of the system, gets implanted in somebody else's face. Is it not happening? Are these particles not dynamically changing their positions and their places? So the moment you realize and recognize that this world is the play of Pancha Mahabhutas, which is actually the lowest samadhi. Lowest samadhi, Vitarka samadhi, actually gives you the vision of this play of five gross elements. These are called gross, but this is not the elements which we see around. No. The constituent elements behind all this creation physically. The water element is not the water which we see. Right? The earth element is not the earth which we are seeing. Air element is not the air which we are, the gases which we are experiencing. No, not that way. The constituent material, these are in numbers, 5. 5 things are dancing. And they're creating this world. Once you know that, will you still have any bhoga buddhi? Look at that. From that perspective, you cannot enjoy anything. But you can still enjoy many things. In what way? Now you have got the new vision. You're seeing a new reality. You have become free of all the raga dveshas. Just by one experience. Correct? You are able to see that the world is the dance of 5 elements. Nothing else. Even my own body, which I am calling mine, is not mine. You see, so many things are happening here. Tattvas coming and going, tattvas playing this and that. Everything becomes a flux for us. That experience itself is liberating. No more suffering. Now you know there is nothing called disease, there is nothing called health. It's all the play of 5 tattvas in this body. Even the lowest samadhi can liberate you. Because it will change the outlook. Complete outlook about this life itself. Currently we perceive it in this and that. It will become 5 tattvas for you. And when you'll truly experience it once, then you will have complete dispassion from them. Yes, sir? If you are in love with something, try to see it as its component. The reality of it, what it is actually. What am I in love with? What it is. Essentially, when you love somebody, actually you love only body, B-O-D-Y, body. So actually say, what is this body? Because if suppose that person who lives in that body, changes the body, goes to a different body and claims that I'm the same person, you'll not love that body. Understand? Look at it. So you are in love with the body, not the person. So we need to look deeply into life. Be ready to imagine things which are taboo for us. Maybe which you would have never imagined. I'll make you imagine those things in Viparit Bhavana which you would probably have never imagined. And then this Viparit Bhavana will create Vairagya for life. You can't enjoy. You see, suppose I tell you that I enjoy, I mean, like you say, I enjoy. Suppose you people say, no, I enjoy this food, this fruit, this sweet, no, this dish. And suppose I say, I take best of the food, but I don't enjoy it. You say, you're not doing bhoga in your food. You say you have the best of the foods. How is that possible? You may ask. Right? That is what it is, no? Vairagya means what? We engage in the activity having complete disconnect with the quality and the longing. There should be no longing. So you'll ask, Acharya ji, when you have that sweet, does it sound sweet to you? I'll say yes, it sounds sweet. It actually gives the feeling of sweetness. But still, you're saying you don't actually enjoy. You are not in the bhoga of that. You may say, I'm giving you these things only for you to become ready for the practices which are coming. Very soon they are coming. After this part gets over, after 50 odd sutras, then a vibhuti path will come, mastery over the path. How do we do all those things will come. But unless you know what is to be done, what are the little bit secrets there, if you don't understand, then you will not appreciate what practices will bring to you. Those practices are very, very important. They're magical practices if you take up in your life. But you'll have to work like a child, a kid. Whatever is said, you'll have to follow. That Patanjali demands. I'm not demanding. Patanjali demands from you. Whatever I tell you, please do. You do it and you will be able to get there. He guarantees at least some prajna samadhi. You will get there. Beyond that, it is in your domain. Why? Because now if you start enjoying the benefits and the joy and the power which you get out of samprajna samadhi, who can help you? Only you will be able to help yourself. Patanjali could drive you to that place only. Beyond that, it is your own journey. Right? So for that reason, if you follow Patanjali 100%, you will reach there. But I can tell you, right now I can declare, none of you will follow it 100%. You know, what is the point in reading? Take a little bit here and there also you start following. We will progress here and there. In Vairagya also, he has actually described Vairagya of many types. He says there are 3 types of Vairagya, 3 types of practices. 3 grades of Vairagya, 3 grades of Vairagya. Mridu, Madhya, Adhimatra. These are the 3. Once he has defined who gets there first, he says, Tivra Samveganam Asanna. He said, the one who has the speed, the momentum, that zeal, that goes there first. He achieves that. Then he defines. He says Tivra Samveganam Asanna, then he must define what is it. He said, Madhu, Madhya, and Adhimatra. In the next sutra itself. There are 3 grades though, but there are 3 grades as in Patanjali is giving 3 grades, but Vyasa has defined, and actually this is true, although there are as many practitioners, those many levels of, samvega or momentum or for sure. But roughly they can be divided in 3. Patanjali says 3, but no. Further, the commentators, and one of the greatest commentator on Patanjali Yoga Sutras is Maharshi Vedavyasa, so who defines, no, there are not 9 types. Within the 3, you understand how this comes? Mradu, Madhya, let's say for our simplicity, we say called Tivra. Mradu, Madhya, Tivra. These are the 3 things, right? These are the 3 grades. In these 3 grades, in Mradu also, there is Mradu, Mradu, Mradu Madhya, Mradu Tivra. In Madhya also, Madhya Mradu, Madhya Madhya, Madhya Tivra. Then Tivra also, Tivra Mradu, Tivra Madhya, Tivra Tivra. Further, he is defining about what? Tivra Samveganam Asana, actually he is defining Tivra. Therefore, what is being done here? You take away first 3, which is Mradu, Mradu, Mradu Madhya, Mradu Tivra. Not defining. Madhya Mradu, Madhya Tivra. Not defining. Tivra mridu, tivra madhya. He is not defining. He is only defining tivra samveganam asanna. Then he says further, 3 types. In tivra, there are 3. Because he is talking of asampragya samadhi. You should understand. These 3 are not the others. Although they are also very high quality, high caliber sadhak. But he is talking about tivra. And then in tivra, he says, why there are 2 tivra? Tivra abhyasa, tivra vairagya. Okay? Tivra abhyasa, tivra vairagya. Even in that he says further 3 types. In that. Tivra samveganam asanna, in tivra everything. Tivra abhyasa, tivra vairagya, and highest of the category has 3 types. Tivra mridu, tivra madhya, tivra last, highest. He's talking about that. He's not talking about Tom and Dick. He's talking about the Harry. You understood? 2 out. Harry the highest. About him he's talking. There also he says 3. So you want to achieve your vairagya. You'll have to work for it. So I was on the topic of how you are not enjoying your food. You're saying you are not enjoying. You're not doing bhoga of food. You're taking your sweets. You say it is sweet, but you say, I'm not doing bhoga of it. You may ask, ऐसे कैसे होता है? खाते भी हो और कहते हो कि हम भोग भी नहीं करते. कैसे हो? You see, I'll give you an example for you to make it clear. You are eating something which is available. Suppose you say that I want to enjoy sweet today. That itself is bhoga. Okay. If you say, I want to enjoy Rasagulla today, I want Rasagulla today. The moment you say this, it has become bhoga for you. Understood now? Suppose by chance Rasagulla comes in front of you, you take it, but no insistence. No further desire. एक और मिलेगा क्या? Enjoy. Bhoga. As much has come, take it. Understood what bhoga is? I'll give you another ways to understand how you can distinguish between bhoga and vairagya. Vairagya in food, let's say. No choices. And best of the things, let's say, rasmalai, mohan bhog. Suppose you get Maisurupa. Oh, very good. Suppose that comes. You are not demanding, you have not demanded it, but it has come in your plate. It has come in your plate, it is served. I'm giving you how to find out whether you are in bhoga or not, whether you are in vairagya or not. It is served, it comes, and as you get ready, put all the things and take a napkin lagaya, and the moment you started, you wanted to go for it, and the person comes and says, okay, I'm sorry, this is not for you. There are 2 guests coming, and let us keep them for them. No problem, no perturbation, no problem at all. Means you're not doing bhoga. Understood? Having eaten one, demanding another, bhoga. Even reaching to this place, it is taken away, no problem. No bhoga. Understood how vairagya is developed? Then, do you mean the yogis, the spiritual teachers, the spiritual masters should not have good, healthy food? They must. Why not? only if that is available. I have already given the example of Vishwamitra in some of the references. Raw meat, cooked meat, any food, then going back into I'm vegetarian. I only take cow's milk. Where everything is available, rasmalai, rasagulla, Mysore pak and everything is available, I take only milk. You see, understood? That is Vairagya in food. Why I'm giving this example? Only to make things clearer to you. It is difficult. It is very difficult, but it is not impossible. It is not impossible. Is it impossible? No. With abhyas, you can do it. So Vairagya has to be put into practice in our 17 hours of living. Then only you will be able to do the chitta vritti nirodha, control on your vrittis while you are in meditation. What is Vairagya? Suppose you have, I have talked about Mysuru pak just now. Maybe some of you might have tasted, some of you might not have tasted, and I have described it so beautifully. Probably some of you say, "Arey yaar, ek baar to manga ke khana chahiye." This is, Anushravika Vishaya. Drishta, you have taken and you want to eat again. Drishta, you have experienced it. You have already tasted it. You know the taste of it. You know the flavor of it. You don't need that. You don't want that. Means you're not rejecting it. You're not desiring for that. If it comes, you'll eat. But you're not desiring for it. But suppose you have not eaten yet, and I have described so in so much detail, you think, ek baar to khana chahiye. This is anushravik, which means you have heard but not experienced and want to experience. Drishyanushravik vishaya. Vitrashnasya. No desire for that. Even if I have heard, it's okay. Now, just people plan their holidays. Where to go? That place we have heard that place is very good. Very good, very good. We should go there. This is Bhoga. Anushravika Vishaya. Never been to Rome. They say, Rome is a beautiful place. You must go there. Someone comes back and describes the whole story about the Rome. And then, next time we are going. Wherever we are okay. And that's the reason you should always know. No desire. You see, so many people come, and especially people who see come to meet Babajis, they will always say, do you have any plans to go abroad? Have you been to US? Have you been to Canada? Why don't you go there? You see, why don't you go there? Why don't you plan? Why should I plan? Is it not desire? The more and more desires I create, the more and more places, more and more countries I would want to visit. Yes or no? And if I create this such desires in me, it's a problem for whom? Problem for me. Not for anybody. You people may be rather happy sometimes. Acha ji, Canada aaye na, I can sponsor. You may enjoy it. But for me, it will be a problem. Understand? So please recognize your own longings well in advance. Be aware of that. I think that is what you need to look at. What are my desires? Why am I desiring so much? All these desires are creating only problem in us. Our attachment with different colors, textures. I'm not saying that you should not wear good clothes. If it comes, it's okay. If it doesn't, it's okay. Right? Give yourself zero choices. Whatever comes to is okay. Or minimum choices. You see, Babajis are generally very happy in terms of their wardrobe. Very happy. ठीक है. Either kurta pajama or that's one. Limited colors. And go to advanced Babajis, they will find single color. No choice at all. Advanced Babaji, no choice at all. Single color. What are they doing actually? Look at it. It's not that they become advanced Babaji by choosing one color. That they are taking tapa. They are controlling their vrittis. They're taming their mind. Each and every habit has to be seen that. Enough number of days we have one single color. And when at the end Guru gave us, he said, but you have done it perfectly well, but I give you choices now. What are the choices? Shwet, Syah, Surkh, Zarbai. These are the 4 choices you can make in your life. Is white, orange, yellow, and then Zardai. Shwet, Syah, Surkh. Shwet, Syah. Shwet means white, Syah means black, Surkh means red, and Zardai means yellow, orange, something like that. These are the choices. You can exercise any. So we follow that. But that does not mean if you give me something else to wear, I'll say, no, I can't wear. Arey bhai, it is too cold to change your this thing. And so you'll not negate it. It's okay. I don't insist. That's the biggest thing. You don't need to insist. No. Swamiji, how can I come in track? No, you can. Why not? You understand? Even our daily routine, if we become so much adamant and choosy, and even sannyasis, I have seen, I can tell you, I have met many Babajis and many Mahatmas. Some of them have said even this, but this is not for you. Don't take it. They will say, drop your sadhana also for some days. This much vairagya you should cultivate. Not for you, I'm telling you, not for you. And that is why I initially told, not for you. Once you have reached that, just to test it, understand what is it, why it is done? Is my sadhana has become my addiction? Has my discipline become my addiction? I need to even test that. Has my philosophy became my raga? Do I have raga for this philosophy? Drop that philosophy. And that's the reason I picked up Kabir. And sometimes probably I may take up Bible also, Quran also. No problem for me. I will take Jin Sutra also, Dhammapada also. Why not? Don't get adamant to that. Don't create raga for it. नहीं बाकी तो हम छूते ही नहीं. By the way, Patanjali Yoga Sutras are hardcore dualism is taught here. And what our path says? Monism. Perfect monism. But we are discussing Patanjali Yoga Sutras. I could have refused to talk about it. You know why? It doesn't match with the line. It doesn't match with the philosophy I teach. It doesn't match with the philosophy of the lineage. No. Our gurus told us that. We should not be attached to it. Though you should always walk that path, but that is not for your attachment. You should be freely, without any resistance, without feeling any hurt or any remorse. You should be able to speak, decipher, talk, put light on it. Simple. And that is what I do. So look at your own life also. You have to develop a lot of vairagya before we arrive there. And the sutra which we were discussing last time, one thing which we did not actually cover in one line, I am telling you. There is one phrase, Kal Avacheda. What is that? All the gurus, he is the guru of all the gurus. All the gurus are just secondary. The primary guru is Ishwara. He is the guru of the gurus. Why? Because he is not interrupted, disrupted, or consumed by Kala, but time. The gurus will come, they will assume a body, and the body will go. All the gurus are in body only, right? Till the time they are in body, they will say, yeah. Even those, I'll tell you about that, even those who reach that state of siddhas, yoginis, they will also drop their body at the end of kalpa, or sometimes by their choice. They will have to. When this cycle ends, their bodies will be taken away because they have chosen to operate from subtle body. That is also a body. For example, people talk about Mahavatar Babaji. Even if they choose to operate in that body, which is called subtle body, they will have to drop it. So all the gurus who have come in this physical body or have chosen to operate in the subtle realm, they have a body, their bodies are taken away, and therefore there is a discontinuity over the timeline that we call. They appear and they disappear, but the original guru, which is the Ishwara, remains there forever. He is a guru of gurus. Guru of gurus. Why? Because he always remains there. For him, the time is not divided in three. For all gurus, it is divided in three: present, past, and future. For him, there is nothing but time. There is no past, there is no present, there is no future. What is future? Future is that knowledge which is not known to me now, but will be known in due course of time. Right? That is future for me. Whatever knowledge. That is, experience is knowledge only. Na? You know. Correct? That means for Ishwara also you think there is anything for Ishwara which he doesn't know now and will know in future? So future is abolished. What is past? Past is a knowledge which you have experienced and you may remember, you may not remember. For example, do you remember what was your series of chapters of your eighth standard in the history book? Do you remember? Why? Because it is past. So past is a knowledge which you have known, may know now, may not know now. Honestly speaking, anything of the past which you know now, even remember now, is not past at all because it is available here in the present. Please understand. So the actual past is the one which you have forgotten. For example, your past life. Know nothing of it. Anything which has happened to you, you don't remember, is past. Do you think God suffers from this amnesia that he has known and he doesn't remember? So please understand, for the God, and the God is blind that he doesn't see what is happening now? No. So by that logic, there is no past, there is no future, there is no present for God. There is only time for God. Understood? God knows everything, remembers everything, keeps everything. Tatra nirati shaya sarvagya bijam. Okay, this is what was taught. He is sarvagya. He knows everything. And anyone who knows everything means what? He knows what has happened in our perspective. What has happened, what will happen, and what is happening. He knows everything. So when he knows everything, there is no. So God is not Trikala Darshi, Trikala Vetta. Because for him, three divisions of time don't exist at all. God knows time itself. What is the problem? So by that logic also, God is always present and not interrupted by this flow of time. Ishwara. Ishwara is that Guru which is not interrupted. Its presence is never interrupted by the flow or passage of time. And that is why he is Adi Guru. To say Adi Guru would be wrong. He is Anadi Guru. Beginningless. We can't digest this word beginningless. No experience of it. See, you will always be thinking, but there must always be a first time when this Srishti would have been created. This is what is your thought process, is it not? When I say beginningless, you are unable to appreciate this. You are unable to grasp what it is beginningless. What is beginningless? Sometime later, sometime I'll take this up to make it clear. If at all it gets to your head, right? I'll try that. What is beginningless? That concept which you are not able to appreciate is always God. Anadi. Anadi means without beginning. But there must be a beginning, no? You see, it is impossible for the human mind to say, except that there is no beginning of anything. Correct or not? Anadi. Even in this Yoga Sutra, this word Anadi is used. There are three Anadi elements without beginning. Prakriti, Ishwara, and Jiva. Three things, Anadi. Understand? So now, sometime later, we'll talk about it, if time permits. And your intellect also permits those words to penetrate and appreciate it finally. Now, I have understood little bit, somewhat, beginningless, maybe. So for today, this much. Okay, let's pray. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shiva.